Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Blinks, I'm a Genie VTuber, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about a game that you've probably at least heard of, seen a TikTok about, or even been playing yourself. And that's Baldur's Gate. Now, I've been playing Baldur's Gate since the early access release of 2020. And even back then, I knew it was something special to me. Something that I could, would, and did anticipate year after year, waiting for that full release. And now that it's blown up and seen such popularity with over 800,000 people playing it at once, I think it's really important that we talk about this and why this game matters. Even to someone who doesn't enjoy a game like this, the RPG or even the turn-based combat, things like that, or someone who's never even touched D&D, I think that this game, for the industry, for the current era that we are in, is so important. So Baldur's Gate 3 is a game produced by Larian Studios using the D&D 5e or 5th edition rule set as some of the fundamentals of its core gameplay and DNA. It's a classic RPG that delves heavily into getting you invested right from the get-go to the story, and just as quickly gives you the reins to steer and direct the story in a way that best suits you, and honestly makes it more of your story, and the rest is sort of just the backdrop, which is all great. A game filled with dynamics, interesting characters, beautiful cutscenes, and backdrops at every turn, amazingly fluid and fun turn-based combat, and so much more. But most of all, and the reason I want to talk about this, the reason I'm making this video today, it's a game the likes we haven't seen in a very long time. And you might be thinking, Blinks, no, RPGs are a dime a dozen. I'm not talking about the genre. What I mean is that take a moment and think about the gaming industry the past 2 or 3 years, or even go back as far as 10. How many of us have been burned, at least once, if not more, by a game being built up to be the next big thing over and over again, being overpromised to set that new standard issue in the gaming industry, that we are met with unfinished games, broken systems, and apology letter after apology letter, just waiting in the wings to be released the day after the game itself comes out.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Sounds familiar, right? Now, before I continue, I just want to make it very clear. I'm not saying Baldur's Gate is the only good game to come out of 2023, and it's definitely not the only good game to come out in the last 3 years, 10 years, whatever metric we're talking. But the reason I made this video, the reason I'm talking to you now about this, is because it has seemingly shaked up the industry to the point where actual companies are starting to notice. And that's a really big thing, because if other companies start to notice, and then we start to hold them accountable, and I'm talking AAA companies, I'm not saying the little guy who, has 2 people in their studio. I'm talking the big boys. If we hold them accountable to a standard that we deserve, I'm not saying it will, but maybe change is a thing. I get it. People don't have a lot of trust in the gaming industry anymore. I know I certainly have been shaken multiple times from it. But when a game like Baldur's Gate comes out and it doesn't have predatory microtransactions, it doesn't have the broken day one gameplay that we're so used to. I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because it's just ridiculous. But you know what I'm getting at this point. I could go around in circles for this, but a developer there taking feedback is allowed to make those changes, those improvements, and then saying, here, you asked for this, we made it for you. Thanks for being part of this. Thanks for being part of our community. You don't get that anymore. You don't get anything anymore. You get a battle pass here, you get a loot box there, they pat you on the butt and say, thanks for the $20 after buying our full-priced game. Bye. That is a huge problem in our industry. And I am not saying that one game is going to change everything, but it's a good step. And at the very least, if nothing else, we collectively get together and can enjoy a great game. And you know, that's a big part of it for me. When I say that we can all collectively enjoy this game, do you remember back when games were made for game's sake, for art's sake? And I'm not saying that it wasn't ever about money before. It's always been about money. But that feeling of like, is it nostalgia? I don't know how a game like this can be nostalgia, except for the fact that it feels good. It feels good to play. I'm not exhausted after playing it. And I find so many games now that are pumped out. I'm just tired. I don't know how else to explain it. Let me know if that makes sense to you down below in the comments. I'd be curious to know if any of you guys get where I'm saying, even if I can't articulate it properly. Yeah. But it is just such a breath of fresh air to pay a price of a AAA game and actually feel like I've gotten my money's worth. To feel that old sense of wonder and accomplishment in a game that, truthfully, I just don't feel in a lot of games anymore. And I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom. In fact, this is a really positive video. It's just an odd feeling, one that I haven't felt in a really long time. Are there things to improve on? Of course, there always is going to be. Things are always being pushed forward, and that's okay. That's all right. I'm okay with a bit of scuff from time to time. What I'm not okay with is the direction the gaming industry has gone for such a long time. And to have this be recognized as a breath of fresh air, not just for me, but for everyone. It's why I wanted to talk about this. And if you're not into it, if it's not your kind of game, that's okay too. You know, I'm not making this video saying like, oh, you better go get that game. You better go buy Baldurs Gate. Like, that's not my point at all. So please, you know, don't misunderstand. I'm just putting it out there because I love the passion that has been put in this game, and it has made me passionate about making a video for this topic. So I guess at the end, all I have left to say is thanks. Thanks so much for being part of my day, for clicking the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And if you have anything you want to share with me, positive or negative, about Baldur's Gate, your opinion, whatever the case, let me know down below. I'd be curious to have a conversation with you about it. Until next time, guys, stay cosmic